Russia boy. Hello, sharp to push ya. Who send them we no boy? Who send the lack? Ona, kuwa maichi, kunku mula shoda kusa maichi. Sicho kumya for lamba maichi. Mona vena luku chama chinchi. I hear them talk when I roll up, parading for my attention form up. Panda shut the game with a warm up. Artist na head Nigeria galibo for lap. It's some too mamoli healthy. Mazari having sex na ma VV. I watch my money do pornography as long as the balance of pala na no small fee. Fresh fine long big daddy.
All right, so that was a wonderful interview that my colleague PMC right there had with the legend Tai2. I don't know if he asked him my question. PMC, did he say he's going to be performing at the Night of Legends?
I didn't ask.
Okay, he didn't ask, but okay, so he confirms that he's going to be there. If you are joining us for the very first time, this is The Lounge, an official Prime TV entertainment breakfast show. We'll get to give you nothing but the very best of Zambian entertainment news, what's buzzing in the entertainment industry, and we get to give you the lifestyle of your celebrated people that you follow, people that get to entertain you in different ways and give you that which you would love to see and listen to. Right about now, being joined by Swagana Machiki. I think I also, you know, I'll look for swagger with my cheeks. Welcome, Nez Long.
That's good, my brother.
Good. How you doing?
Laka.
Yeah, nice one. So, people on Prime TV, on a program, they are seeing you for the very first time. You are making a debut. If this was football, you are making a debut.
Yeah, and I was supposed to be here much earlier. My apologies. I'm here now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, people have seen you in the industry. People have listened to your songs. They've watched your videos. You took the entertainment industry by storm. Just give us a brief background during your musical career. How did you start? When did you start? Who inspired you? Or maybe
okay, I studied music like way back in high school.
Okay.
In high school, yeah, and I was more of a producer than a rapper. And then I pursued rap and then I wanted to be in the forefront. Like that was sometime after I completed my education. That was in 2012. I had worked with producers like Taz. I worked with TK and a couple of them, and then there came a point where I thought I think I should just establish my own studio and spend more time in the studio, because I wasn't getting enough studio time then. You know, where you go and pay, you only have 2 hours. Yes, it's enough to do a song, but I wanted the whole day.
The whole day.
You know what I mean? And the only way, you can't go and interrupt somebody in the studio. So I had to establish my own stuff, put together a couple of things, and then I came up with Blackout Media. That was in 2013. Yeah, so schooling myself, even people like Taz himself taught me a few things, and a couple of other producers. I learned how to make beats, started making my own beats here and there. Then came a time when I had to go slow on the production because I had some to my works and to my other business I was running. So I recruited a certain guy called K-Dash, who was working at my studio at the time. That was somewhere towards 2014, 15, somewhere there. He worked for me for quite some time. He grew up, he left. While I was still with K-Dash, Starsh came from the Copper Belt. He just came for holidays in Lusaka. He visited the studio, and I told him, you're not going back. And then the elder sister was a bit difficult about him staying here. No, what? He was supposed to go back to square. I was like, no, give me a week. I'll find him a school place in Lusaka. That was the time he was coming to Lusaka for his grade 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very active in basketball, so I talked to one of the basketball coordinators at Kabdongo Boys found him a school place there, and I had him stay here. So he was in school or doing production, but I never put out anything he produced when he was in school. I waited for him to clap his education, because I was scared of him becoming big-headed and excited. You know what I mean? It might disturb your education, because even I was given everything that I needed for my music when I was in high school, but I wasn't allowed to take it anyway. It was okay for me to entertain myself and do whatever I want. So after he was done with his school, that's when, the only few songs that we put out while he was in school was One Corona by Bobby. He produced that.
Yes.
And Hate Mail. But we tagged it K-Dash because we didn't want to put him in the limelight then. But after he clapped his school, he was like, "You're a big man now, let's do this." And now he's almost on every banger. So I carried on. I went slow in production. I got into like management, pushing artists. I recruited the likes of Daev. And then, Bobby's been my friend for a while, so he was working with us while we had Daev on the team. Started pushing Daev and Starsh, trying to make sure all the team is like got their music out. Eventually, everybody was in the limelight, and I'm like, why not me? Let me step up too.
Story of a producer.
Yeah, so I stepped up, did my thing, and pretty much last year was a very successful year for me.
Yeah, 2018 has been a very successful year for you, because you came out of nowhere, and everybody was now talking about Nez Long, damme. The concept of the song, what inspired it?
Well, that song, actually, we came up with that song with Bobby the time he was working on we were working on the Vanilla album for the past 2 years now. That song was created in 2017. Early 2017. We created the damme song, and then it was like, it wasn't vibing with the vanilla type of sound that we were trying to create. So we just set it aside. So one day I was in the studio trying to put together his projects and see what we can scrap off and what we can use. And I was like, this jam has got some strength, but then it wasn't strong. So I told him, bruh, let's get back to this project. And he was like, nah, I'm not feeling it. I was like, fine, can I get it? He was like, yeah, you go ahead. So I laid my 2 verses on it. Still, it didn't feel like it was complete. We touched the beat here and there with Starsh, it didn't feel complete, so we dumped it again. So late 2017, December, we got back to it. Like, this song, there's something in it. So like, okay, what is it missing? Okay, let's send it to Sheffy. He lays a verse, see what we come up with. Send it to Sheffy. Within a week, I was like, this is the dope song. He laid a verse. And then 1 week down the line, we did the final mix down. Took us like a whole week of trying to master a snapping 808, a proper percussion. Like, took us like a whole week. We had to mix in the studio, go to a club, play it, and see how it feels, like, all those things. And then eventually, we came up with the right sound, and we're like, you know what, let's just put this song out. December 22nd, 2017 is when we put out that song. And only grew over people, like, in the first quarter of 2018. Yeah.
Okay, before I wanted to come to what inspired the damme song, I wanted to ask, Nez Long, these names, are they an acronym to something else, or maybe you just came up with it? Because many a times that you find upcoming artists, they've got weird names for artists, and you would wonder, okay, how do these people come up with such names?
Okay, my real names are Martin Nkosana Moyo. Yeah, and Martin is on my NRC, but initially I'm supposed to be Martinez. So the Nez comes from Martinez.
And then the long
comes from my height. Back in basketball, they used to call me long because I was very skinny and tall. Yeah, I was very tiny and very tall, so they used to call me long. I hated the name, but my mom used to tell me, if somebody makes fun of you or maybe gives you a funny nickname that you don't like, embrace it. They'll have nothing to attack you over. And that's one thing that I've learned from rappers like Eminem. Before you say anything bad about him, before you diss them, they would have already dissed themselves, so you have nothing to jab at them at.
Okay, so why do rap hip-hop? Why not enter into any other genre of music?
Well, you may not know, because I haven't put out anything that's not really, that's my type of music. I'm really a mainstream artist.
Okay.
Yeah, but so far I needed to align myself to a certain sound so that people know that this is me. You know what I mean? I needed to establish myself with a certain type of sound. Then, as time goes by, when I cement my name into the industry, I can then show them what I am capable of. Yeah, and by that, I'm dropping an album this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so from there, that's when you can actually determine, oh, so this guy can do this and can do that.
Okay, so speaking about your album, people, I think they are now familiar with 3 or 4 songs from you. And how is it possible that you're putting up an album, and what makes you so sure that this album is going to sell?
Okay, the thing is, I'm one person who spends most of my time in the studio. I have a studio at home, there's the Blackout arrangement. I spend all my time recording and putting together music. So it's not really like I have a set date for my album, but it has to drop this year.
Okay.
So before it drops, I need to strategically put out music that will prepare my fans for the album. I'm not talking about dropping the album this month, no. I'm strategically going to put out music to prepare my fans and the whole country, even Africa at large, on how I'm going to put out an album and why it's necessary for me to put out an album. I am not dropping it very soon, no. I still have enough time. I'm taking my time. I'm not dropping any release dates, but it's before the end of the year.
Yeah, you better not do, because as the lounge, we will be on you and make sure that we inform the people to say, he said he's going to drop it at this time and day, but oops, unfortunately, it's not out yet.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm one person who just spends I spend most of my time in the studio. If I'm home, I'm usually in the studio because I have a studio at home. If not at home, I'm with Starsh or with the team working on something like researching, getting creative.
So now, why Starsh? Can you work with any other producer apart from Starsh?
I can work with a lot of producers. I'm very versatile, but I have to confess something. I am quite difficult.
To work with.
Maybe I find myself a little bit needy, and I'm somehow a control freak when it comes to my sound. You know what I mean? Because I do a little bit of production. So some people, like a couple of people that I've tried to work with, get intimidated, but you know, it's where I'm laying down an idea and then they feel like, I even tell them sometimes, you know what, let's try this. If it doesn't work, we can scrap it off and then we put what you want, or maybe let's put what you want. If it doesn't work, like, you know, we're trying out. You try different things, you know. But some people going back and forth, to them they just feel like, okay, let's do this. This is the way I do my thing, and if you don't like it, just, you know, even just the vibe of working together just dies. You know what I mean? But there's a few people that I've built chemistry with, producers who go for that. You know, they accept the fact that it's not entirely the producer. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you this, it still comes back to the fact that some people even say, I got lucky with the Van Damme song because there was Bobby and there was Sheffy on it. How many people have done songs with Sheffy? How many people have done songs with Bobby? So you see, at the end of it all, there was an element, there's an input that I put into that song on the production and even on my lyrical content. You understand? I needed a sound of my own. You know what I mean? Because nobody has ever done that song before, like anything like that. I needed something diverse. So basically somebody would tell me, no, why you got lucky with this? No, I work for it.
I'm sure the reason why they would say that is because we've witnessed in the entertainment industry that if I'm an upcoming artist, I'm doing my very first song, and if I do it with an already established artist, the song will sound as if it's for that particular artist.
Exactly.
So maybe that's the reason why they're saying that.
And that does happen, and I suffered that a lot.
Which song?
The Van Damme song. I suffered, like, for people to recognize me as the owner of the song. Yeah, I had to do a lot of interviews. I had to be at every big concert performing for free.
So that you also went through that performing for free.
Yes, I needed to be in everybody's face wherever the song is playing for them to know it's my song. You know what I mean? No hard feelings to Bobby and Sheffy. Those guys are big shots, and I was in the shadow of two giants. I needed to pull out and for people to see that this is a different artist and this is what he's doing. You know what I mean? Which actually even delayed the release of my follow-up song after that.
Yeah, what strategy were you using? Because from two big artists, then you moved to another big artist, talking about Slap D.
Yeah.
What was the strategy there?
Well, I must say, the Soche song, I intended to drop it by myself, like no feature. And then for the sake of just putting it together, becoming a complete song, not necessarily just wanting like a big shot to be on it, or just to get get attention to it. It was also, for me, it's always about putting together a good project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From everything that I had put on the song and everything that we came up with, it still felt like it was incomplete. The same way with the Van Damme song, felt like with me and Bobby, we could have just dropped it like that, but there was an element that was missing in there. You know what I mean? When we added it, it became a good song. Same applies to this song. I knew, okay, I have everything figured out. I have all the attention right now as a new artist. If I put out this song, everybody will know, no, it's a new artist doing this, and then I have the attention of the nation, you know what I mean? But I felt an element missing in there. That's why I added Slap.
Okay.
Yes, and he liked it, and Slap is not an easy person to work with, I have to say. he won't put a verse on your song just because it's good. How do you promote your music? And that's one thing I'm learning from him. I equally too don't want to work with lazy people.
All right, yeah, moving from that, or maybe capitalizing from that, the same Soche song, when you hear the chorus, it sounds like you're taking a jibe at somebody. It's more like somebody took you wrongly, they didn't understand you, they don't understand you, then you're just trying to get back at them to say, you know what, just get me as I am. No,
that's you took it the wrong way.
it might not be me, or it might not only be me.
Yeah, okay, the thing is, that song talks about, it's a feel-good song. It talks about feeling good, but like me and my friends, we never have too many things, and we don't try too much to feel good, you know what I mean? We just do what we're able to be comfortable with with life, you know what I mean? And then it's also basically talking about people accepting you for who you are. Not that maybe they offend you, no. It's just, maybe it sounds a bit aggressive here and there.
It does.
But it's just saying, no, you know what, take me as I am. I am this, that's just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then lastly, you are, let me say, best friends with Bobby, and then Bobby is the CEO of XYZ.
Yeah. Are
you signed under XYZ, or you are just working with the CEO of XYZ? Or do you have plans to join the XYZ?
Well, I don't have plans to join XYZ, but I have plans. I have a lot of plans to keep working with them. Okay. Yes, because I'm affiliated to XYZ. Like me and Starsh are Blackout Media. And then the XYZ, there's Daev, there's Bobby, there's Slap.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Though Daev and Bobby are both like the production comes from Blackout. So even Slap, you know what I mean? So we are affiliated like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to be part of XYZ. But at some point, Bobby said, no, you can't be. Because you've got a better establishment that is coming up, not better than XYZ, no, but you've got a very strong foundation that you can build your own label and stand on your own.
Yeah, I was coming to that, so we may probably see you coming up with your own group.
Yeah, so far there's a couple of artists that are under me in Starsh.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the likes of Vincenzo. I hope you've heard of Vincenzo. Yeah, there's Vincenzo, and a couple of other artists. But we are affiliated to XYZ. We're not like they help us. We help them.
Okay.
It's like that. We do their production. They
do your production.
Yeah, it's like that.
Okay. It's
so even
brotherhood.
Yeah, it's brotherhood. Most people I've been getting that question a lot of times. Okay. Yeah, but it's just affiliation. It's affiliation. We work together. We're one big family. Yeah.
Okay, so how can people get hold of you if they want to contact you? They've got a show, they want you to feature on their songs and the likes. How can they contact you? We know Facebook. I think I've seen about 3 or 4 pages for Nez Long.
Now I'm worried.
Yeah, I think I've seen 3 or 4.
The official one is just Nez Long. Yeah, there's. Okay, I was going to describe the pictures and everything, but basically it's just Nez Long. It's easy to notice that this is actually the original.
Okay.
The other one that people are getting confused with is my personal account, which I shut down.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have an account on Facebook. I only have a page which I manage with another account that I can't disclose right now. Yeah, and then there's Instagram, it's just Nez Long, Twitter at Nez Long 1. Yeah, basically that. All my details, all my contact details are there. Even if you just inbox me over anything, I'm very quick to respond.
All right, 2019, what should they expect from you apart from the album?
Apart from the album, I've got like a bunch of singles and collaborations that I'm doing, especially before June.
Okay.
Yeah, so you should expect like a lot of good music, a lot of diverse music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanps for coming through, bruh. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right, so we've been talking to Nez Long, who has cleared a number of things that which you people obviously had within you, which you wanted him to clear out right there. So right about now, let's go to Johnny C and DJ Cuts. Let's see what they're up to, and then when we come back, PMC and I will come back, read your SMSs, and get to wind up as we prepare for another day.
Ladies and gentlemen, sketch on Chothers. It's a boy, DJ Cut, Zambia's #1 party DJ. And I'm chilling with one Johnny.
Captain Johnny C, ladies and gentlemen.
Just like that. John C, how are you?
I'm good. What's up? What's up? What's up, world? What's up, people? What's up, Zambia?
I see you. So, man, you've been quiet. What's happening? Are you working on something?
Sunga kwele chimutengo kuyambira kumwamba Holo mikalire sana yambire pa mwamba KK anayambira munyansi Dani enzo ziba anga fike pa jamesi Moto kasima fendera nga mulipe gasi Kondakta kapwarala sima zura basi Muli monse muli ma obstacles Vetu ziba ask elderly people One step at a time.
So man, Luma has it that you're working on your new album. Is it true?
I'm working on my new album with 5 Jam Records. Skills. Skills.
Just like that. So what would be the title of the, what's this?
Welcome to my life.
Welcome to my life. Just like that. So ladies and gentlemen, be on the lookout for Johnny C's new album. Now let me say, welcome to my life.
Welcome to my life.
Welcome to my life.
Welcome to my life.
It's a new album, so be on the lookout. Just like that. So, Professor Lancy, I see you. PMC, the lounge talent. You know how we do it. Just like that, we are out of here.
Thank you.